So here I'm at Matt's bar and I'm waiting for my Jucy Lucy to arrive. But first, let's start things off properly with a grain belt beer. Here we go. Cheers. Nom nom nom. That's nice. Goes down easy. Nice and cold, smooth, a light beer. It finishes kind of like you've got a bowl of cereal in your mouth. Like it. Here is the infamous Jucy Lucy. Got a burger patty. We've got a bun and onions. Molten cheese inside. We have to be very careful when eating it. I've got one order of fries. This is insane. Definitely enough for 4 people. Scrumptious. Itadakimasu. So amazing. It is juicy. It's delicious. Grilled onions are essential. That's what I'm gonna do. Can't wait to go home and try to make one of these myself. So we're back in the kitchen and we're going to tackle a homemade version of the Jucy Lucy. I'm going to be following the instructions in this book, The Great American Burger Book by George Motz. So this book covers all kinds of regional burgers, including the Jucy Lucy. If you've missed my previous episodes of regional burgers, be sure to check them out. They include the Fluff Screamer, which is a burger topped with marshmallow fluff. And I've also done a slug burger, which comes from the Mississippi area, which I'll let you find out if it contains slugs or not. But alrighty, back to the Jucy Lucy. So I've got some fresh ground beef here. This is 80-20 ground beef. It's important to have plenty of fat in your beef. That gives it flavor and juiciness. George has a special burger patty contraption in which he carefully measures out and flattens his burger patties. I don't have one, but I do have a tortilla press. So I'm going to be using that. Place a square of parchment here, the precise amount of meat. Give me satisfactory results. I mean, it's not necessary. I think you could definitely do this just with some elbow grease, maybe a spatula, but it's always fun to use tools, right? Oh, yeah. George, aren't you proud of me? You should be. It's called a multitasker, right there. Yeah, that's lovely. I actually found this at a thrift store. I have 2 of them. I love them. Very, very sturdy construction. I actually don't use this at all for ice cream. I use it for usually measuring out cookie dough. But today, it's beef. Okay, so 2 patties of equal size. I tried looking for the Impossible Burger because I have yet to try that one, but I couldn't find it. So here we are with Beyond Meat. Let's see how well these hold up to this whole kind of patty press thing. These are very soft, so I'm not sure how well this is going to do for this technique. Maybe I will try doing this. Okay. So that's the veggie version. So I've got my cast iron griddle here and I'm going to be heating this up on medium-high heat. We want this nice and screaming hot. So we're going to take a slice of American cheese, fold it into quarters. That's going to be our molten puck. Take our patty, remove 1 slice of parchment from each of the patties, and then we're going to place the cheese right in the center. Take the other burger right on top. We're going to press this together. And George said you kind of want to smear this right from the center out. There's the meat version. Now let's do the same with the veggie. If we wanted to make this vegan, we would use vegan cheese. So, same thing. The plant-based version, of course, has no actual beef fat in it. Instead, it contains coconut oil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in the refrigerator and allow that coconut oil to kind of firm up a bit. It's definitely looser in texture than the beef version. So while I'm cooking the meat version, I'm going to let this one kind of chill and solidify. This is just a seasoned pan. I didn't put any oil or anything on it. So what I'm going to do is peel that paper off, put this puppy right on. Here we go. There we go. Looking good. And I'm going to toss on some sweet onion. It's like a Walla Walla sweet onion, right with the patties that are cooking. And you should see the stovetop they cook at. super, super tiny. It's probably about this big, and you just got burger after burger after burger right on that grill top. It's amazing. And a tiny little fryer. So if you go to the bar and you order this, be prepared to wait. They're definitely worth waiting for. Super important to season this really well. Plenty of salt and pepper. So when you're cooking burgers, resist the urge to move the burger around too much. We want to get a nice crust on the bottom of the burger. If you start fidgeting with it, if you start moving things around, you're going to lose all of that lovely meat crust. Once you start seeing some juices come up at the top, it's a good indication that we're almost ready to flip. And we're going to scrape all that good meaty stuff off. Get right underneath it. And flip. Oh yes, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, this is really, really important. You're gonna take a toothpick and give it a little poke. And George says that releases some of the pressure and that keeps the burger from exploding. Got regular plain old hamburger buns, nothing special here. I usually like Martin's, but when I had Jucy Lucy's at Matt's, they did not use Martin's, so I'm just using plain hamburger buns here, nothing special. Take our onions right on there. Our Jucy Lucy right on top of that. I'm gonna clean this pan off before I do my vegetarian version. And then we're just gonna put this right on top. And there we have it, the Jucy Lucy at home. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this open and see what it looks like inside. It's really important when eating this to allow it to rest a little bit, otherwise you're gonna give yourself third-degree burns in your mouth because this cheese is so stinking hot. Okay, let me get the shot for you, okay? Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Love it. Alrighty, itadakimasu. Delicious. It's a cheeseburger, but you've got a nice concentrated center of that oozy American cheese. Now, I don't eat a lot of American cheese. In fact, the only time I eat American cheese is on a cheeseburger because I think it's the perfect cheese for a cheeseburger. I don't want cheddar, I don't want pepper jack, I want melty, plasticky, rich American cheese because that's what I need to be kissing my burger patty. I love it on a burger, and this is no exception. It works beautifully here. If you like cheeseburgers, you'll love this because the cheese is really concentrated right into the middle, and you get this kind of different experience than you would if you just had the melted cheese right on top, which is much more even. This is concentrated, so you're just gonna get this goosh of melted cheese in the middle, very much kind of like a macaroni and cheese kind of thing going on here. The burger is crispy, and you've got that really lovely caramelized meat flavor on top, which goes really well with those caramelized chopped onions. Just a little bit of onion flavor, not much. If you don't like onions, I still suggest trying this because the combination of onion and cheese and burger meat is just so, so good. The burger buns are just the means of delivery. They are soft and squishy. They keep your hands clean. It's all about the meat and cheese here. It's very, very important also, I feel like, to season your meat with plenty of salt and pepper because that's all we've got here. We've got salt, pepper, beef, cheese, and bun. It's so good. Oh, and onions. Delicious. This was the original meat version. Now let us attempt the vegetarian version. The griddle is nice and hot. Same thing, we're gonna add some onions to this, the salt and pepper. So if this is plant-based, we're gonna have a little bit different indicator of doneness. Kind of look underneath the edges here to see if we're ready to flip, and I think we are. So make sure you scrape all the way and flip quickly. There we go. Warm up my bun. We're gonna take our onions, take our huge patty, slide that off, and top it with our top bun. So, moment of truth, I'm gonna slice into this and see how we did. Oh yeah, we did it. Yes! We did it. There it is. Here's the vegetarian version of the Jucy Lucy. It turned out just fine. I thought it was going to leak all over the place, and it didn't. So let's go ahead and eat this before it gets too cold. Yes, I'm so happy about this. I love it when experiments actually work out. Okay. Now, this is very pink, and it's supposed to look like meat, and it does. It smells a little bit differently, of course, because it is not meat, but it looks pretty great. All right, let's give this a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Ooh. Mmm. Mm-hmm. And that's delicious. It's a great meat substitute if you're looking for that. If you're not looking for meat substitute, you just want a veggie burger, then this is not the burger for you, because this is definitely trying to emulate or simulate meat. It doesn't taste like meat 100%, of course not, because it's plant-based. And it does have that kind of soy protein flavor to it. Got a little bit of smokiness to it, but definitely has that kind of soy processed meat flavor to it. It also has a good texture. It has that crispness that we got because we cooked it on a very hot griddle. And then inside, the meat is juicy and moist, which is from the coconut oil that they use in the recipe. And like the meat version, you've got this hot, gooey mass of American cheese in the middle that is just this punch of cheeseburger. Again, I think the grilled onions are pretty essential to this burger. They just lend a little bit of sweetness, a little extra grilly flavor to this. I also have to say, the Beyond Meat burgers also have a bit of an aftertaste. That soy kind of isolate aftertaste. I also notice after I eat these, sometimes when I burp, I taste them again, which is not something I necessarily want to taste. Maybe that's my own digestive system. Maybe that won't happen to you. But that kind of lingering soy flavor is a little bit strange to me. It's not the original, but still pretty stinking delicious. So there you have it. Homemade Jucy Lucy burgers. Absolutely obtainable, absolutely worth making. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! And in case you're wondering where I got my awesome flippy hamburger sweatshirt, I found it at H&M in the kids department. Alrighty, there you go. Happy burgering!